Brandy Boo, and we back to this reunion. MC's coming back full effect, and you know who's gonna be back in the front and center.
Hi guys, I'm Eloise. I just want to let you guys know that I'm super excited about the reunions. I can't wait to see the girls. And I hope they all got here safely and the traveling was all fine. So yeah, see you guys soon.
So my name is Kiana, and as long as I look into this video, that's all I care about.
I'm Kaylee, and I'm so excited for the reunion to come because I get to see my girls and be a part of the band again. So, yeah.
Hi, Brandy. Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Just love to ask you a few questions.
Shoot.
So the first one is, why do you think the band split up?
Gosh, I think that's quite a messy question.
Oh yeah, elaborate for me, please.
Why do I think the band split up? Well, a lot of people play the key factor in that, but not me. Eloise, she was just that neutral person, never really could stick up for herself, kind of bothered me. And then Kiana, her little bougie self, that's all I need to say about that. Bougie. Kaylee, little shy girl. Gotta love Kaylee, that little shy girl. I could tell her Casper is my friend. She'd be like, oh my God, let me meet him. But other than that, we just didn't mesh at the time. But now I think that we've matured and time course progressed. I think we got it though.
Yeah? Well,
Yes.
I'd just like to say, I'm super excited about the reunion. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Who you telling?
Man. But it just sounds like, a lot of personalities. Hopefully you guys can fix it, get together. So, next question, what do you miss most about the band?
My girls. I miss my girls. I do. I miss being their inspiration. That might sound a little crazy. I know, but everything I did was at its finest. All our notes at its finest. All their back, what? You have to hit a note? I only gotta practice once. The rest of them, and I'm not even talking stuff because they know. Dance moves.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, little taste of
Dance
that.
moves, right? You know what I mean? It took them forever to spins, and I just was always with it. Gosh, it was just.
I can see. You gotta teach me that sometimes.
They used to always hype me, as you can see. So I miss them hyping me. Kiana, she used to hype me in silence.
So you're just personality. I just love it. You're just
Appreciate
just
you.
love it.
It's why the group went as far as it did.
I see.
Go ahead.
So, would you say that's what you brought to the band, or what do you think
I
you
brought a
brought
lot to the band.
Oh yeah, what are
This
some things?
fashion, I dressed everybody.
Yeah, I love your outfit. Super cute.
Fashion over. Wow. But yeah, it's I brought everything. I know we only have a certain amount of time for this interview, so I'm not gonna kill too much time, but just everything.
Just loving it. So last question.
Shoot.
Are you excited about the reunion?
Super excited. Back on my grind, back on my shine, dropping dimes, selling rhymes.
Oh, you've been working on that.
Oh my gosh, I got a whole book ready for the girls. We're gonna be back at it, at our finest. MC, best believe.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Anytime you will be seeing more of me, you don't have to tell me. You're gonna be seeing more of me, girl.
Great.
Oh my
I
gosh.
was hoping you'd say that.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming in.
I've enjoyed myself.
I'll see you next time then.
Always.
60% of all human communication is non-verbal body language. 30% is your tone, so that means 90% of what you're saying isn't coming out of your mouth. Verbal communication is enhanced when a person is an effective listener. Listening doesn't simply mean hearing. It necessitates understanding another person's point of view. Take the time to think before you speak to ensure that you articulate yourself clearly. Let other people interject and have the floor. Allow time for reflection on the subject at hand. After analysing Brandy's verbal and non-verbal behaviours, we learn that she is an extremely confident woman. An indicator that shows how confident Brandy is her abundance in eye contact. If she stops making eye contact, it's only for a short period of time. Brandy has multiple facial expressions that she uses to get her opinion across to the interviewer. When she's happy, she will show it through her facial expression. When she is slightly annoyed, she will also show it through her facial expressions. Some people are better than others at hiding it when they are annoyed by someone or something. However, of all your facial features, your eyes are the most revealing factor as to what you really think. You could be smiling to try and cover up the fact you are upset or annoyed, but your eyes could say otherwise. Also, Brandy's kinesics, which means her body movement and physical expressions, were extremely abundant. For example, gestures are known to convey a message without the use of words. Brandy used many gestures to emphasize or stress parts of the message she was trying to get across. In terms of her arrangement of space, although she is at a personal distance, she often was not afraid to lean in towards the interviewer as she spoke, again suggesting that she is comfortable and confident with being interviewed.
Hi, Eloise. Thank you for coming in. First of all, I'd just like to say I'm a big fan. I love the music, and I just am so excited for this reunion. But I just have a few questions. The first one is, why did you guys split up?
I think we were all very different. I think our personalities kind of clashed a little bit, and that kind of was taken out on the music. We weren't really performing as well. Our songs weren't as original and unique, and I think that really took a toll on us because we weren't performing as well. And so we just thought it was best for just to take a break for a little while. I mean, we're all going to be back together again soon for this performance. So, yeah, I just think it was that we just all wanted different things. Some of us wanted to go solo, some of us wanted to spend more time with our families, and we all just wanted different things. So I think it was what was best for all of us.
So, what do you miss most about the band?
Probably just performing in general, hearing the audience scream and cheer for us, and the lights hitting our faces, and the dress changes, being able to, have our makeup and hair done, things like that, and the tours. I loved seeing different places, going different places. Going to LA was really cool. I really liked that. I'd never been. Getting to meet other famous people as well, other famous artists was amazing. Meeting Beyonce was incredible. She's my idol.
Beyonce.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? So that was awesome. And obviously I miss the girls too. We made some really good music together. So yeah.
So, what did you bring to the band? I just love your energy.
Oh, thank you. What did I bring to the band?
Yeah.
Probably, some of the other girls might disagree, I don't know. But I think what I brought is I helped make our songs quite original. I brought some of my own ideas I got from various places and concepts. And I think I helped with making our whole image and everything unique. Also with the tensions that were in our group, I think I helped ease them a little bit, I think. Because there was a lot of tension with all our differences. So I think I helped, keep the peace a little bit.
I can see that.
But I 100%, I don't think that I'm the most talented singer in the team by far. I think Brandy and Kiana are phenomenal singers, and I think Kaylee's a great backing singer for us, amazing. And so I really look up to them for that. But I think I help a little bit with harmonizing with the harmonies, so yeah.
Last question. Are you excited about the reunion?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited to perform again, and I'm excited to see the girls and see how they're doing, and I'm really intrigued to see whether we can all get along. I'm hoping that we can, but I'm a little worried we might not. We'll see how it goes. And also it's been a little while since we've all performed, and since I performed in a really long time, and so I'm really interested to see whether we've still got it, whether we've still got it going on. We'll see.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
I am super excited about this.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in.
You're
really
welcome.
–
appreciated it.
Interpretation of nonverbal signals is not very easy at all times, as it differs from person to person and culture to culture. Nonverbal communication does not have fixed meanings and is different according to context. Once you've developed your abilities to manage stress and recognize emotions, you'll naturally become better at reading the nonverbal signals sent by others. Eloise comes across as being very neutral about the group because she highlights both the pros and the cons of being part of a band. Unlike Brandy, her facial expressions remain quite consistent for the most part, and she maintains a significant amount of eye contact with the interviewer, suggesting she's somewhat confident. In terms of her kinesics, she has her hands together in her lap, which could imply that she doesn't want to reveal too much about the group or say the wrong thing about a band member. Eloise also uses various hand gestures, but they are more to express her neutrality on a situation about the band, rather than to make a statement about herself like some of the other band members do.
Hello. Thank you for being able to meet with me. A couple quick questions. So, why do you think the band?
Please.
Oh, yeah, okay. So why do you think the band split up?
Because everyone's stupid. Oh, you need to wait.
Okay.
Excuse me. Hello. Well, for starters, Brandy just thought she was the best thing in the world. I don't know if I can say that.
No, you're fine. It's fine.
But yeah, Brandy just thought she was the and not again. Why do people keep calling me? I don't have time. So anyways, so basically the band split up because nobody's ever gonna be as good as I am, for starters. Brandy thought that she was the bomb.com and she's not. And she just kind of goes along with everybody else, but who wants to follow all their life? And then Eloise thinks that, you know, she's the natural overall leader, and that's a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's me. And then Kaylee just went with the flow with everything and basically sat back and let everybody do her stuff for her. And if you do that, then what's the point of even being in a group? So we split up because we were never even meant to be together. Is that it? Is that all you have to ask me? Okay, quickly.
What do you miss most about the band, if anything?
Nothing at all. I definitely don't miss anything about the band. If anything, I regret ever doing it. So I'm glad that it's over, and I need to move on with my life and do bigger and better things because that was a big waste of my time.
Well, if it means anything, I
It doesn't mean very much.
okay. What did you bring to the band?
I brought all of it, everything.
And I'd have to agree.
Yeah,
You're right.
all the ideas, yeah. I agree with you for once. All of the ideas came from me, and everything was established from the ground up, and it was all because I was there.
And I agree with you for once. Okay, last question. You kind of answered this earlier, but just a little touch up. Are you excited about the reunion?
I'm excited that it's over, so I'll be celebrating the end of all of this.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Interpersonal communication is much more than the explicit meaning of words, the information or message conveyed. It also includes implicit messages, whether intentional or not, which are expressed through nonverbal behaviours. In Kiana's analysis, we noticed that her confidence levels reflected Brandy's. This was because, like Brandy, she had multiple facial expressions and was not afraid to let them shine through. However, the slight difference between her and Brandy is her vocal expression of words. Although Brandy was extremely confident, she wasn't quite as bitter and cynical as Kiana. We know this because of the way she actually says the words, and from this we learn she is frustrated and irritated by the whole idea of the band getting back together to perform. Word stress refers to the degree of prominence given to a syllable within a word or a word within a phrase or sentence. With Kiana, we noticed that she stressed a lot of her words. For example, at the beginning of the interview, when the interviewer says, "Just a couple of quick questions," Kiana's response is, "Yeah, please." And because the words were said like this instead of, "Yeah, please," it has negative connotations attached with it because the interviewer would have most likely picked up on this negative word stress from Kiana and is probably a little flustered and insulted by it.
So, why do you think the band split up?
Well, I think the band split up because we all had different lives and we were going our separate ways, and we needed to focus on our different jobs and other things we had outside of the band. So I think that most of the band members did not really care about the band as much as they did about their personal life. So therefore we decided to go our separate ways and focus on things we needed to rather than having fun. I liked being in the band and being there and going with the flow with everyone. It was pretty nice and awesome for me.
So, what do you miss about the band?
I miss them a lot. I really like the band members and being a part of the band. And even if I was a backup singer, it was great being a part of the band. It really touched my heart to be them letting me be a part of the band. Also, I miss concerts because we just did our thing and the fans and the crowd went crazy and they loved us. So that's something I really miss.
So, just a couple more questions. What did you bring to the band? You're just such a calm, mellow person, so.
Well, I don't think I brought much to the band. I mean, I was a backup singer, so obviously the lead singers are going to bring more. I went with the flow, so I think that was a good aspect to me because I brought that to the band, just going with the flow and doing what others wanted me to do. Other than that, I mean, I don't think I brought much to the band.
I thought you were a big part of the band. You know. Sadly, this is my last question. But what are you most excited about for the reunion?
Well, I'm really excited to see the girls. I really love the girls and being a part of the band and hanging out with them and all the things bands do. I think that maybe we can do a performance for sure one last time, or even maybe we could work out our differences and get back together as a band, because it's always a possibility. I mean, we did decide this to go our separate ways. However, things could be different in life now, and the girls may want to get back together as a band, and that would just make me so happy because I could go back into the band and doing my thing and all of us doing our things, and that would just be great because I love being around them and being part of the band.
Well, I'm super excited. All your personalities are so fun. Just love you guys. Well, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. I can't wait for the reunion.
Me either.
So, thank you.
Nonverbal communication is a rapidly flowing back and forth process that requires your full focus on the moment-to-moment experience. If you're planning what you're going to say next, daydreaming, or thinking about something else, you're almost certain to miss nonverbal cues and not fully understand the subtleties of what's being communicated. While Kiana uses word stress a lot, Kaylee is very monotone with her vocal expression, and she speaks very softly and delicately, which is due to her shy nature. What reveals that she is not nearly as confident as the others is that she does not hold eye contact for as long, and when she does, it seems to make her very uncomfortable, and we can see this from her worried facial expressions and her uptight and stiff posture. In terms of her kinesics, she doesn't move her body as freely as the other girls. She uses a few hand gestures here and there, but on the most part, her hands are kept together, which suggests she's shielding herself and doesn't want to say too much. Kaylee and Eloise both seem to use non-offensive language, which means they don't exclude or insult people. This is reflected in their modest behaviour, whereas Kiana uses much more offensive language, and this is a reflection of her overconfident and rude persona. Nonverbal communication is communication without words. The face is used a great deal. Hand signals, shrugs, head movements, etc. are also used. It is often subconscious. It can be used for the following: expressing emotion, conveying attitudes, demonstrating personality traits, and supporting verbal communication.